Hello, my YouTube friend, Pop Comics here. Today we're going to go through the top 100 comic book covers of 2021. Now, this is my personal opinion, so I'm sure some of you guys are going to disagree. So let me know in the comments below what issues I missed out on or which ones I put in the wrong order. All right, let's get to this. Number 100, Amazing Spider-Man. Number 55, the C variant cover. This is technically the very end of 2020. It came out on December 30th, 2020, but it was really at the end of the year, so it's really just the beginning of 2021. Anyway, this cover was done by Gabriel Dell'Otto. I think it's a beautiful cover. I love the blue color. I just love the way it's painted. Awesome cover. Number 99, Man-Eaters The Curse. Number 2, it's the B variant. It came out on August 18th, 2021, and this is the Trees cover version. The cover is done by Leah Maternique. I love how kind of creepy and awesome this cover. The red is very strong on it. It fades into the blue. You don't notice the hands at first, but when you look closely, you're like, oh, that's hand. It's very creepy. It's a great horror cover. Number 98, Blade Runner Origins number 4. This is the main cover. This came out on May 19th, 2021. The artwork is done by Jesus Hervas. I really love this cover. It's very ominous with the body on the bottom. You don't really notice it at first, but it tells a story. I love the colors to it. You're in an alleyway, you see the raindrops falling. It's a beautiful cover. Number 97, Venom number 32. This is the C variant. It came out on January 6, 2021. This is a Marvel vs. Aliens cover done by Ryan Brown. Just a beautiful, beautiful painted cover. I love this cover. I love just the simplicity of it. You just have an alien and Venom butting heads. And the artwork is perfectly matched. It was positioned in the perfect way for the trade dress. So on the top right, you have the Venom logo and the black empty space. And then on the bottom left, you have the Alien vs. Marvel logo, the barcode, and it fits with the artwork very well. It's composed perfectly. Number 96, Future State Immortal Wonder Woman number 1. This is the main cover. It was published on January 19th, 2021. It's just a beautiful Jen Bartel cover. I love her artwork. I collect every cover that she does, and this is one of my favorites for the year. I think the trade dress, just the way the line goes all around from Future State to the left to the DC logo and it comes down, it frames the artwork very well. And then the Immortal Wonder Woman logo is behind the lasso, so it doesn't interrupt the artwork, but it works with the artwork. And I like how the lasso kind of lights up as it hits the letters. That is really cool. I love the coloring of this, the skin tones, the yellow highlights, the bluish greenish background with the purple, stellar highlights. Such a gorgeous cover. I love this one. Number 95, we have Action Comics 1030. This is the B variant. It came out April 27th, 2021. The artwork is done by Julian Totino Tedesco. It's a cardstock cover. Compositionally, it's not the best composition. I feel like it's a little too central, but I love the inspirational imagery. You have the little kid, inspired by Superman with a Superman shirt with his dog and the Superman in the background. I think it's just a really cool cover. Number 94, we have Geiger number 1, the main cover. This came out on April 7th, 2021. It's a Gary Frank cover. I really love all the covers in this series, but this is one of my favorite ones. It's just got the giant nuclear explosion. It looks kind of like a skull, and it's lighting up the scene, so you have the character in silhouette on the bottom. I think it's just composed very well. Number 93, we have Infinite Frontier number 6, the main cover. This came out on September 7th, 2021, and the cover is done by Mitch Gerads. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I think this cover is awesome. In the background, you have all the faces and the planets in blue. You have the logo that kind of blends in with the faces, which is great. And then in the foreground, you have Superman fighting Darkseid, and they have, the lens flare from the light. You have the beautifully painted characters fighting each other. There's a lot of tension and action in this cover. It's got kind of a yin-yang pattern going to it, which is great. I think most covers, if you use kind of like a yin-yang composition, it just makes it a much better cover. I love this cover. Number 92, we have New Mutants number 15, the main cover. This came out on January 27th, 2021. It's a Rod Rice cover. It's a beautifully painted cover. I love the way Warlock looks. Just the yellow really pops in front of the pink. I really love it. I love the characters in the background, the pink. I like that everyone is running away in different sort of directions, so it composes well. I love how the characters in front of the New Mutants logo, so the logo itself is not taken away. The only detractor for me is the barcode kind of covers the artwork funny. I feel like the barcode would have been better if it was maybe like angled or maybe moved to the bottom right side possibly. Either way, I really like this cover. I like all the covers in this series. There's a lot of great covers. Number 91, we have Iron Man number 8, the main cover. This came out on April 14th, 2021. It's an Alex Ross cover. You can't go wrong with Alex Ross. His artwork is always gorgeous. I absolutely love this one. It's like a triple reflection, I guess. You have Iron Man's helmet, then you have is that Moondragon reflecting, and then within that reflection you have Hellcat. You just see Tony Stark's eye kind of popping out there. I think this is just a really awesome composed cover, and it's gorgeous. Number 90, we have White Ash Season 2. This is the B variant. This came out on December 1st, 2021. I feel like this came out earlier than that, but that's what it said was the day of release. I'm not 100% sure on that, so you'll have to double check. But this is a beautiful Jay Lee 1 in 10 variant. I love Jay Lee covers. A lot of his covers are very similar in the way they're composed, so there wasn't one that really standed out, but I think this is my favorite one for the year. I love the snow and the white and the way the light is hitting the character. She kind of has like a halo of white light around her. I think it's beautiful. Number 89, we have Guardians of the Galaxy number 13. This is the F variant. It's a 1 in 50 variant, so it's really hard to get. It came out on April 14th, 2021. It's a Peach Momoko artwork. Absolutely love this cover. I love the way the black is, just the blacks and the grays, and just everything fades together really well, and it's gorgeous. The line work's beautiful. My only concern on this one is the Guardians of the Galaxy logo kind of blocking the artwork. I don't know if I like that as much. I think I would have liked it if Groot was in front of the logo a little bit, just so that the logo didn't look like it was just placed on, but it was just part of the cover. Either way, beautiful cover. I don't have this one yet. I gotta track one down. Number 88, we have Amazing Spider-Man number 74. This is the I variant. It came out on September 29th, 2021. They must have made a lot of covers for this issue. This is an Alex Maleev cover. I think this cover is so much fun. We have Spider-Man daggling down, looking at a spider on the roof, and the spider's kind of reaching towards him. I love the beautiful sunset. I think it's a sun. No, maybe it's a sunrise. Not sure. It feels like a sunrise. It's a beautiful sunrise. I love just the way it's composed, where it's mostly Spider-Man with orange. You have a little bit of the horizon on the bottom. You have the sun. Just a really beautiful cover. Number 87, we have Kang the Conqueror number 2. This is the main cover. It came out on September 15th, 2021. It's a Mike Del Mundo cover. I absolutely love the way this cover looks with all the different numbers kind of jumbled all together. I feel like those numbers kind of represent time travel. I feel like it's different dates or something like that, all mixed together. And what I love about this is that the Kang the Conqueror logo is in the same style as the rest of the letters, so the logo fits in with the cover as if it's within the same space. And I like how the barcode kind of goes behind the numbers on the bottom right. I think the composition of this cover is beautiful, and it's just an awesome cover. Number 86, we have Sensational Wonder Woman number 7, the main cover. It came out on September 7th, 2021. It's a Nicola Scott cover. I love how the Wonder Woman looks like Gal Gadot. So it's like the movie version of her kind of on the cover. I like that she's not cropped in any funny way, so you see the full character. A lot of times covers, they'll crop like a foot or an arm or something. I think in this cover, it's awesome. She's positioned in an awesome spot on the cover, so it adds a lot of tension. And I love the giant, was she hallucinating? I'm not sure exactly what she's doing. She has the gas mask, so I feel like maybe she's exposed to some kind of weird gas. But I love the way she is juxtaposed next to the giant face. And I think the Sensational Wonder Woman logo being white doesn't distract too much from the artwork, so it's a great logo. And the position of the barcode and the DC number 7, I think that's in a good spot. So the cover just works really well for me. Number 85, we have the Dynamite Lives number 4. This is the B variant. It came out on September 22nd, 2021. It's an Arthur Sidam cover. I think this cover is so much fun. We have Ash. He's caught up. He's about to be eaten, I guess. Red Sonja looks like her outfit's falling apart. She looks like she's been kind of defeated a little bit. But then Vampirella is like diving to safety. I really love that all three characters kind of have a slightly different emotion going on. And I just love the overall composition of the cover. It's, again, got kind of a yin-yang shape to it, which I think is always great. It adds a lot of tension and it just makes the cover pop. I love this cover. I think it's such a cool cover. Okay, number 84, we have Challenge of the Super Sons. Number 5, it's the B variant. It came out on August 10th, 2021. It's the Jamal Campbell cardstock cover. I think this cover is just a ton of fun. You have Robin kind of tied up the fake Batman. I love how all the villains have Halloween masks on, and it's all the different superheroes from the Justice League. I love that. So you have the Super Kid. He's bundled up a bunch of them in a ball, like a tent or something. I'm not sure how he bundled them up. And then Robin has tied up the Batman. I just love the composition of the cover. I think it's a fun cover. Number 83, we have Captain Marvel number 27. It's the 1 in 25 C variant. It came out on March 17th, 2021, and it's done by Stephanie Hans. Every time I see this cover, I just absolutely love it. This cover gives me so much joy. I love the coloring. Just something about the way the pinkish red, the purplish red, everything reacts, the light hitting her face. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful work of art. My only detractor from this cover is I think the Captain Marvel logo kind of just does not fit. I kind of wish it was a lot lighter or smaller, just so that the white space would have more power to it. But even with that, every time I see that, that kind of distracts me. The rest of the artwork is so gorgeous on this cover. That's why it's my number 83. Number 82, we have Iron Man number 6. This is the main cover. It came out on February 17th, 2021. It's another gorgeous Alex Ross cover. I love the perspective of the sunlight or the energy light that's in front of him, the way it's just hitting everything. Iron Man looks awesome. I love that the light is blocking out the logo, so the logo is there, but it's not overpowering the artwork. It's like incorporated into the artwork. I love when they do that. I think it's just a beautifully composed cover. Number 81, we have Geiger number 2. This is the D variant. It came out on May 12th, 2021. It's a Gary Frank cover. This cover is awesome. I love the purplish star and moon in the background. You have the main character there just lighting up the scene with his radioactivity. It just looks beautiful. It's an awesome cover. Number 80, we have Titans United number 1. It's the main cover. It came out on September 14, 2021. It's a Jamal Campbell cover. I really love the composition of this cover. A lot of times covers like this, they'll have all the characters kind of not in any, they'll just be like randomly charging something. And it almost never works when there's a cover like this with a whole bunch of covers. But in this case, the artist composed them so they're all looped around a spot in the center. The center of that spot is the Teen Titans Tower. The horizon's at an angle, so it adds some tension to the cover. And all the characters are composed in such a way that they're not taken away from each other. And I think this cover works really well for one of these kind of like a whole group shot of a bunch of characters aiming towards something. A lot of artists do covers like this, and it's sort of a good way to show all the characters on one cover. But usually they're not composed. Well, the other thing I really like about this one is there's a perspective light rays kind of coming through them, and it kind of adds to that tension a little bit. It's an awesome cover. I think it's done really well. Number 79, we have Planet Size X-Men number 1. It's the 1 in 50 F variant. It came out on June 16, 2021, and the cover is done by Oliver Coipel. Am I saying that right? I'm not sure. I just think the artwork on this is really beautiful. I love how her hair kind of just fades out into like a white splash, and the background just has a very fun texture to it. Compositionally, it feels a little bit off. I feel like there's a balance missing. Maybe she needed to be pushed to the side a little bit. But I think the overall, just the way the artist created her just looks gorgeous. So that's why this is my number 79. Number 78, we have Orcs number 1. It's the main cover. It came out on February 10th, 2021. It's a Christine Larson cover. I love this cover. Again, it's kind of like the Teen Titans, where it's not just the group aiming somewhere, but you have the horizon lines at an angle. There's a lot of energy and tension here. And what I really like about this one is that they have a focus. They're all aiming for the squirrel. And you don't see that too often on covers like this. So I thought this cover was really awesome. I just love the coloring. I love how it's painted. Everything about this cover is wonderful. Number 77, we have Die number 16. It's the B variant. It came out on May 5th, 2021. The artwork was done by Alberto Veranda. I think this cover is just gorgeous. The whole Die series, I love how they have the blown out die, I guess, where it's all the sides of the die kind of folded out. I love that overall design for the series, and I love how on this specific cover that design isn't as strong. It's just a light hint of it being there, so it kind of allows the artwork itself to pop out a bit. You have the really dreary background, you have the beautiful reds that are just jumping out, and I just think this cover works. It's a gorgeous cover. I mean, the whole series has beautiful covers, but this one particularly I love. Number 76 is Non-Stop Spider-Man number 5. It's the 1 in 25 B variant. It came out on September 29th, 2020. 2021. Artwork done by Kyle Nagu. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correct. I think this cover is a lot of fun. Obviously, it's a very digital cover because it has a very three-dimensional look with the background slightly blurry, so it feels like there's more dimension. The birds are slightly blurry, looking like they're moving through air. I like how the logo goes behind the bird a little bit, so the logo is in the space and not in front of the space. That always works for me. I love that the horizon's a little bit at an angle, so it adds more tension to the composition, and it's definitely got that yin-yang shape, which works for me. Any cover that kind of works in that yin-yang composition, I think just becomes a great cover because it's really fun to look at. Number 75, we have the Woman Marvel #1, the B variant. It came out on April 21st, 2021. It's a Maria Wolf artwork. I think this artwork is so much fun. I love how there's so much detail in the background with all the monsters, but they're all kind of a similar color, so it becomes more of a design. So it doesn't distract from the main character, who also has a lot of details in her. You know, Magic looks amazing. I love the way her sword looks. I love that she's just diving down into the logo. This is such a wonderful cover. I love it. Number 74, we have Future State Immortal Wonder Woman #1. It's the B variant. It came out on January 19th, 2021. It's a Peach Momoko cardstock cover. When this cover came out, I had to have this issue. I think this cover is so much fun. I love Peach Momoko's artwork. This is one of my favorite covers of the year that she did. And there's not much more to say other than I absolutely love it. Number 73, we have Army of Darkness 1979. #1 is the B variant. It came out September 8th, 2021. It's an Arthur Sidam cover. It's such a fun cover. We have Ash on the top of the Statue of Liberty. He's cornered, the last space he could be free, and he's got a whole bunch of zombies after him. I love the colors. I love the composition. This cover works for me. It's so much fun. Number 72, we have Deathstroke Inc. #1. It's the B variant. It came out on September 20th, 2021. It's a cardstock cover with Francesco Mattina artwork. I love all these close-up covers that they did for Deceased. I think it's a Deceased cover. I believe so. The coloring is beautiful. I'm usually not the biggest fan of just a portrait, but I think the portrait from this line, the series of covers they did with the similar portraits, this cover is amazing. Such great artwork. Number 71, we have Black Hammer Visions. #6 is the C variant. It came out on June 9th, 2021. It's a Marguerite Savage cover. I love the coloring on this cover. I love how the background is kind of like a purplish blue. And then the main character, she's that vibrant pink, and it just really pops. She's a little bit too centered for me, so I feel like the energy is a little bit lost. Maybe if she was angled or turned a little bit, it would work better. But either way, I really, really love this cover. Number 70, we have Fantastic Four #32. This is the Comic Tom Milky Comics exclusive. It came out in May 2021, and artwork was done by Edge. I think this cover is so much fun. We have the bride, and then we have Dr. Doom in his best outfit. We have the birds are kind of blurred in the foreground, so it gives it a lot of depth. The colors are really beautiful on this cover. This cover works for me. Such an awesome cover. Number 69, we have The Joker #7. It's the B variant. It came out on September 14th, 2021. It's a Ben Oliver cover. The colors are beautiful to me. I love the blues and the purples. I love just her creepy face. I think this is, again, that same, I don't know if it's Deceased, but it's the portraits. And I think this one works for me as well. And I like it. This one has a little bit of a yin-yang shape to it. You have like her top into her hand, into the knife, and then her face kind of the other side. It really works. Great cover. Number 68, we have Wonder Woman #771. It's the B variant. Came out on April 13th, 2021. It's a Joshua Middleton cardstock cover. I love Joshua Middleton's artwork. I think it's beautiful, and this cover is absolutely stunning. It's got great composition. I love the snowflakes. It just gives you so much atmosphere to it. I love the fur on her. Her nose looks slightly cold. You can tell it's cold out there. And Wonder Woman is still kicking butt. You can see on her sword that she was just destroying somebody because there's a lot of blood on that sword. Awesome cover. Number 67, we have Daredevil #25. It's the third printing. It's a 1 in 25 variant. It came out on February 24th, 2021. It's Peach Momoko artwork. I love her artwork. She's going to show up a lot on this list because I just think she's one of the best artists out there right now doing covers. Just because they're more than just a drawing. They're a work of art, and I love that. This is just we have the cityscape in the background. The Daredevil's behind her hair, so the logo's not taken away from the artwork. I love the color of the sky. It's just, I guess it's like dusk. You know, it's starting to get a little bit dark. I like the grittiness of the ground. Everything about this cover works for me. Beautiful cover. Number 66, we have Black Widow number 9. This is the main cover. It came out on July 28th, 2021. We have Adam Hughes artwork. Adam Hughes always makes a beautiful cover, and sometimes his compositions feel a little bit weak to me, but in this case, I absolutely love it. Now, I don't know if the graphic designer came in and put the Black Widow on top of his artwork, like if he did artwork. The way the black's on the left and the widow's on the right, just behind the characters but in front of the background, graphically, it's such a great composition. I think this cover works very well. Number 65, we have Amazing Spider-Man number 61. It's the 1 in 25C variant. It came out on March 10th, 2021. Cover art by Julian Totino Tedesco. I think this cover is beautiful. I love that the crowd is at a slight angle. The street sign pole is at an angle. It's in front of the logo, so it's not, the logo is not taken away from the artwork. I love that Spider-Man's doing a backflip. Compositionally, I think this cover works really well. It's got, again, the kind of yin-yang shape with the pole into the people and then Spider-Man on the other side. There's a lot going for this cover. This is a really good cover. Number 64, we have Action Comics 1036. This is the B cover. This came out on November 9th, 2021. We have a Julian Totino Tedesco cardstock cover. I love this artwork. It's a World War II cover, so we have Superman holding a tank. We have soldiers in the background. The composition is great. The horizon's at a slight angle on the bottom. And it feels like a picture because you can see the coffee stain on the left, and it has, you know, Normandy, France, 1944. So it's got kind of like an old faded sepia tone to it. Just a very fantastic cover. I think it's really good. Number 63, we have Truth and Justice number 4. It's the B variant. It came out on May 18th, 2021. It's a Sanford Green cardstock cover. I think it's just a really amazing. I just love the colors. You have the black and the red. You have the main Red Hood in the front. That's kind of the main character. But then you have the Batman and the bats in the back, kind of as a background. It's very flat in the background, but in the front, the character looks three-dimensional. So the way it's composed works really well for me. Number 62, we have Champions number 6. It's the main cover. It came out on April 21st, 2021. It's a Tony Infante cover. I love the composition on this one. I love the flare that's just highlighting all the characters. The Champions at an angle in front of the characters. It's not block, you know, it's working with the art. And then the bottom, I just love how it fades into like a purple. I feel like the Marvel 6 logo could have been moved to the left a little bit. So opens up, or maybe the whole barcode should have been moved to the left so that the flare didn't get covered. That placement of the barcode's a little bit off to me, but other than that, I think this cover is really good. Number 61, we have Wonder Woman Black and Gold number 5C. It's a 1 in 25 variant. Came out on October 26, 2021, and it's a Rose Bish artwork. Her artwork's a ton of fun. It's just very kind of cute, but beautiful at the same time. And this whole run, the whole Black and Gold covers, I think every single cover is amazing, but this is one of my favorites from the year. I think it's just really fun. Number 60, we have Nonstop Spider-Man number 2. It's the B variant. Came out on April 14th, 2021. It's a Takashi Okazaki artwork. I think the composition on this is awesome. Spider-Man has just got so much energy. You have all that kind of like anime energy lines coming in with the Spider-Man webs just shooting right towards the side of the viewer. Everything about this cover works, and the logo is placed really well. Everything's placed really good. Great cover. Number 59, we have Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow number 4. It's the B variant. Came out on September 21st, 2021. It's a Rose Besh cover. Her artwork is so much fun. Every time I see it, I really love it. This cover, again, has kind of the yin-yang shape where you have her cape going into, from the top, going into the barcode on the right, and then her face, and the rest of it's kind of the other side. The colors are just like a fun pastel. There's a lot of shapes and textures, but as an overall image, it's very pleasing to the eye. It's a beautiful cover. Number 58, we have DC Pride. Number 1 is the B variant. It came out on June 8th, 2021. It's a Jen Bartel Pride Month cover. I love Jen Bartel's covers. In general, there wasn't too many that jumped out as better than her normal covers, just because she does a lot of like portraits and torsos, which I absolutely love. I think they're beautiful. But this one, I just love. It's a yin-yang shape. You have the two faces touching each other, right? But it's got this beautiful rainbow color. I just love the way it's painted. Everything about this cover is joyful. Number 57, we have Wonder Woman number 772, the B variant. Came out on May 11th, 2021. It's a Joshua Middleton cardstock cover. This cover is gorgeous. We have Wonder Woman in the forest. It's just very creepy. You don't really notice it at first, but on the bottom, you got hands reaching out, trying to get her. She probably doesn't notice it yet. It's very atmospheric. You feel like there's a fog or something going on. Overall, you know, I love the way Wonder Woman is positioned on the cover. It adds a lot of tension. She's kind of looking off to her right, to our left, and you don't know what's there, and it's creeping you out a little bit because you see the hands, so it's got to be something worse than the hands because the hands aren't getting her attention. This cover works. This cover tells a story. I love a cover that tells a story. That just makes a great cover. Number 56, I'm going to cheat here a little bit. This is going to be, well, as you see, there's 3 covers on the screen, but it's really probably about 20 covers. David Nakayama knocked it out of the park this year with his negative space covers, or not even his empty space covers, I guess, where he just has the main character and then a background with a color that matches the character with the logo that matches. These covers are so much fun. They're done really well. He adds all kinds of beautiful textures and designs, everything to the covers. These are gorgeous. I couldn't really pick out one because I felt like if I was going to start picking out one, I would have put like 20 on the top 100 list. So I figured just all together, his covers are number 56. Number 55, we have the Joker 2021 Annual #1, the B variant. Came out on November 30th, 2021. It's a Dan Hip cardstock cover. This cover is so much fun. We have all the texture of Joker's sweater. You have the texture on his face, the background texture, his gloves. Everything has a fun drawn texture to it. And then I love the little emoji characters. We have some of the good guys on the top left there, and then you have the bad guys all over. This is such a fun cover. I'm enjoying it. I love covers like this because it just brings joy into my life. Number 54, we have Silk #5, the main cover. It came out on August 4th, 2021. It's a Kwan Sam Hee cover. Again, this is a yin-yang shape. You have Silk on the bottom part. You have the villain on the top right part. The horizon's at an angle, so it adds a lot of tension to the picture. And I absolutely love the webs coming out of her hand and arms, and then they wrap around the whole frame of the picture. This picture is super awesome. I think this makes for a fantastic action-packed cover. Number 53, we have Miles Morales Spider-Man #23, the main cover. It came out on February 17, 2021. It's a Torrin Clark cover. This cover is so much fun. We got the giant fist smashing into Miles Morales' face. It's definitely got the yin-yang shape if you take his face into his shoulder and then the hand into the logo, kind of. I think it's composed really well. I love the King in Black. It's just kind of on the edge, so it doesn't take away from the art. And then the Miles Morales Spider-Man logo goes into that edge. I think the composition on this cover is fantastic. Number 52, we have Batman 106. This is a second printing D variant. Came out on April 6, 2021. It's a Riccardo Federici cover. This cover is awesome. I love the angle. It's kind of at like a 3/4 degree looking down on Batman. The painting is beautiful. I love all the cracks and texture on the statue. I love the paint drops hitting his outfit. They're bouncing around. Gorgeous, gorgeous cover. I love that the trade dress is just a little bit of a logo on the top right, so it doesn't really take away from the art. And then the barcode on the bottom left doesn't really take away from the art. It's fantastically composed. Really a great cover. Number 51, we have Nightwing #78. It's a second printing C variant. Came out on May 1st, 2021. It's a Bruno Redondo artwork. This is just a completely graphical designed artwork. You just have the 2 buildings, you know, wrapping around him where the white forms the Nightwing logo. I think that is super cool. I just really like the way this cover is composed. Every time I look at it, I love it even more. So you have the character on the bottom right? He's in blue and he matches the background. You have the big starburst and all the things breaking up under him. And then you have the guy on the left that's red. It's like a complete opposite of the rest of the page. That character just pops out. It's kind of a yin-yang. If you take the red guy with the kind of the blue, it's kind of a yin-yang shape, so it works. It adds a lot of tension to the cover. I like that the Radiant Black on the top right is kind of turned sideways, so it doesn't really block the artwork too much. It just works within the artwork a little bit. This cover works for me. I don't have it yet. I need to get a copy of this very soon. Number 47, we have Black Panther #25, the C variant. It came out on May 26, 2021. It's artwork by Sam Spratt. I just thought this cover looked really powerful. I love the way Black Panther looks sitting in the big stone throne with like everything floating off around him. It just is such a striking image. Amazing. Number 46, we have Batman 89 #2, the B variant. Came out on September 14, 2021. It's a Mitch Gerard's cardstock cover. This is just awesome. You have the Michael Keaton Batman. He's centered upside down, right? And then you have the bats in front of us. They're a little bit blurry, so they feel like they're coming towards us. I love that it looks grainy, so it looks like it was from a film still almost. And I really love that. Since it's a comic based on the original movie, I just think this cover is fantastic. Number 45, we have Harley Quinn Annual Number 1, the B variant. Came out on August 31st, 2021. It's a Derek Chew cardstock cover. I love the Derek Chew covers. I think they're just so much fun. Obviously, it's digital artwork, so it's a little bit more digital than I normally would like. But the way he does it, it's beautiful. I love how shiny and awesome her outfit looks. I love everything about this cover. The only thing I have it is I feel like she's a little bit too close. I think you should have pushed her back a little bit just so the coat and her hands weren't as cropped. But other than that, I think it's a beautiful cover. Also, her bow is a little bit cropped. Like the cropping is a little bit weird on this one. I feel like she's a little bit too... You push her back just a little teeny bit, I think it will work better. Either way, it's still in my top 50. Beautiful cover. Number 44, Black Widow number 10, the B variant. Came out on August 25th, 2021. It's a beautiful Mark Brooks cover. I love the composition on this. I love that the Black Widow is pushed behind the character. I think whoever was the editor on this or editor on the artwork, I don't know if the artist added the logos. I think someone else probably came in to place the logos. Either way, I think the logo placement works so well in this series, and this is one of my favorite covers from it. I love that the city scene behind her is just kind of a reddish brown, so it becomes just like a background, and then she's got lots of different colors and details in her shiny outfit, and the way she looks, she's giving that like, I'm about to kick your butt as she shoots through the window and shoots back at you. I love this cover. It's so cool. Number 43, we have Harley Quinn number 1, the B variant. It came out on March 23rd, 2021. It's a Derek Chew cardstock cover. Again, I love the Derek Chew covers. This one is particularly awesome. I love that all the different characters are in the glass shards. You know, you have Punchline, you have Batman, you have the Joker, everything kind of reflecting, and then you have the city scene in the background. I love that the logo is just small on the top. It's just Harley Quinn. I like that DC started doing that, where they didn't do these big logos, but they just did a little bit so the artwork would stand out. Now, sometimes I like a big logo if it fits, but sometimes you have a cover like this that's just very complicated artwork. It's nice just to enjoy the artwork. Number 42, we have Batgirls number 1. It's the B variant. It came out on December 24th, 2021. It's an In-Hook Lee cardstock cover. This cover attaches to another cover, but this is the better of the two covers. Absolutely love this one. First of all, you have on the bottom, you have the horizon at a little bit of an angle, so it adds tension and action to the scene. I love that the roof tiles on the bottom right have so much detail. It looks like stone, but then you have the background city is just stylized and it's blurred out into kind of like a pink with the moon. So you have in front really highly detailed, back kind of not detailed at all. It allows the characters to really pop out. This cover it's amazing. It just came out. I need to go get this one. I really need this cover in my life. Number 41, we have Ice Cream Man number 24. It's the B variant. Came out on May 12th, 2021. It's a Tiffany Terrell cover. This cover is just really creepy awesome, and it fits in with the Iceman, you know, horror anthology. It just, I don't know if it's like a nuclear explosion that's an ice cream cone, or just like a giant ominous monster, or does it represent like the moon in the sky? I don't know. All I know is it's a giant monstrous ice cream cone floating in the background. It's just such a fun cover. Number 40, we have Nightwing number 80. It's the B variant. Came out on May 18th, 2021. It's a Jamal Campbell cardstock cover. What's really cool about this is you have Nightwing in the middle, and he's tied up in the laundry line. It's wrapped around his legs, and the space within the laundry line that he is a lighter blue with the Nightwing symbol, and then beyond it, above and below it, it's more like a darker purple kind of muted look to it. It looks a little bit darker. And it's so much fun. I love that the logo is within the artwork like that. I love, on the bottom left, you have the Superman shirt just on the line. I like that that's big, so it creates more of a perspective. It gives you a little bit more depth. The sun flare is really cool, so you can tell it's like a sunset. Yeah, I guess it's a sunset, right? It feels like the sun is going down in this picture. This is a really fun cover. Number 39, we have Robin 7. It's the main cover. It came out on October 26, 2021. It's a Simone DiMeo cover. This cover is so much fun. I love that Robin's sitting there reading a manga book or a comic. I absolutely love meta covers like this, where you'll have a character reading a comic book, and the comic book is like him, right? Maybe this isn't Robin. Maybe this is just like the #1 Robin fan reading about Robin. I'm not 100% sure, but the artwork is a lot of fun. The composition is a lot of fun. And I love the way this cover looks. I want to read this comic book when I see this cover. A great cover makes you want to read the comic. Number 38, we have Captain America number 30. This is the main cover. It came out on July 7th, 2021. It's an Alex Ross cover. You can't go wrong with Alex Ross. I always say that his artwork is fantastic. What I love about this cover is you have so many different people in the background with so many different faces and ethnicities. He's so good at painting different people. It doesn't look like the same person over and over again. A lot of artists paint like almost self-portraits over and over again. This is such a crowd of diverse people. I love that the crowd is black and white. I love that Captain America himself is blue and he just really pops out. And I love that on the camera, he's still blue. So a picture of him is still blue. And even the logo, even though it blocks a bunch of people, it works because it's a crowd. So it's just like Captain America, larger than the crowd right there. I think this cover is really good. Number 37, we have Black Cat number 2. It's the C variant. Came out on January 20th, 2021. It's a Peach Momoko Marvel vs. Alien cover. This is a fantastic cover. I feel like Peach Momoko usually does just watercolors. This feels like it was acrylic on top of the watercolors or something in addition to her normal artwork. And maybe it's a different artist joined her on it. I'm not 100% sure, but this cover works for me. The colors, the textures, the details, everything about this cover is really good. Number 36, we have Future State Wonder Woman number 1, the D variant. Came out on January 5th, 2021. It's a Adam Hughes Wonder Woman 1984 cardstock cover. The composition of this cover is really great. Every time I look at it, I just get so much joy. You have in the background, you have the exploding rainbow of color. In front of Wonder Woman, she's really well drawn. And then you have her lasso that goes from the left, goes through her hands and loops around and then comes towards you. It looks so three-dimensional. And then everything in front of us is kind of blurry, you know, the stones and stuff. So it has a really 3D look to it. I think the composition on this cover is fantastic. It definitely kind of has a yin-yang shape if you take from her hand into her face, and then from the lasso kind of like the other side. I think the action is great on this cover. Really awesome Adam Hughes cover. Number 35, we have Army of Darkness 1979. Number 2, the B variant. Came out on October 13th, 2021. It's an Arthur Sidam cover. This cover is so awesome. You have a 1979 feeling taxi. We have ash on top of it. I don't know if the Subway logo in the background, that feels more modern. I think they did that in the early 2000s, if I remember correctly. But that's all right. I'm a New Yorker, so I'll notice that a bit more. The taxi cab is correct. I love that the zombies are all dressed in 70s style. They look like they're from the late 70s. It's such a cool cover. I just feel like if you're a horror fan, you're a fan of Army of Darkness, you need to have this cover. This cover is perfect. Number 34, we have Robin number 6. It's the B variant. Came out on September 28th, 2021. It's a Francis Monopole cardstock cover. This cover is awesome. I love the composition of it. It's sort of a yin-yang shape with his arm into his body and then his head into the rest of his body. The black and red is just an awesome color combination with the white background, with the highlights in white, with the lights hitting him. It's so much detail with just 2 colors, and it works really well for me. Number 33, we have Black Widow number 5. The main cover came out on February 17, 2021. It's an Adams Hughes cover. Again, graphic design wise, this one he must have drawn like this because it doesn't look like the Black Widow was added to the artwork afterwards. So maybe he did the other one. I'm not 100% sure, but we have the Black and the Widow are giant signs. They have Black Widow on top of the signs. Whoever added the barcode added the fit with the artwork. Great graphic design. The editor was really good on this. I love that Black Widow herself is kind of in just a 2-tone black and red color, and then the city is kind of more colorful. So a lot of artists will do in reverse, where the background will be kind of one flat color and then the character will be multiple colors. This is a reverse of it, although the background in the city behind her is sort of gray, but the main street below her, you have red, you have blue, you have yellow, you have a little bit of green, you have lots of little colors. This is a really cool cover. I think just graphic design wise, it's fantastic. The art is really good. It's composed well. Number 32, we have Harley Quinn number 2. It's the B variant. Came out on April 27th, 2021. It's a Derek Chu cardstock cover. I love all the covers he did this year. I think they're fantastic. This is one of the better ones because the composition is fantastic. You have the newer style Harley on top, her reflection of the old school 90s Harley on the bottom. Her head's not cut off on the bottom, so you see the full figure. It's not weirdly cropped. And then it's framed on the side. You got a hand on the bottom. You have a knife on the right on the bottom. You have the Joker mask in the puddle. You have the other people that she's defeated behind her. You have the atmospheric, I guess it's a glass window looking into a brick wall. Not 100% sure. This cover works for me. There's just so much going for it. This is a pure joy to look at. Number 31, we have Carnage Black and White and Blood, number 1 C variant. It's a convention exclusive Virgin variant. Came out in May 2021. It's a Kyle Nagu cover, I believe. It feels like a homage to Amazing Spider-Man 431, but this one works so well for me. I love just the stylized buildings and the texture and the feeling of them. Such a fun, artistic, beautiful cover. Number 30, it's Yusugi Yojimbo, Wanderer's Road, number 6, the main cover. Came out on April 20th, 2021. It's a Peach Momoko cover. This is Peach Momoko actually just doing a scene. It's not, you know, a lot of her work will be like an abstract kind of art. This is her just rendering the main character out on the field, practicing their martial arts with the cherry blossoms and the other scenery. This cover is amazing to me. And just the logo, the way it's, you still see the image behind it. Just something about it feels kind of old school to me, and it works. Gorgeous cover. Number 29, we have Godkiller Spider-Land, number 1. It's the main cover. Came out on November 17, 2021. It's a Nen Chang cover. This cover is so much fun. I think it's just really beautiful. Lots of colors, lots of details, texture. I feel like an image probably doesn't do it justice. You probably have to see the comic itself, and I feel like there's a lot of gold ink on it. I feel like the original artwork would probably be even better than the cover itself. I would love to see that in person one day. Number 28, we have the Star Wars The High Republic number 1. It's the C variant. Came out on January 6, 2021. It's a Stephanie Hans cover. Their artwork is fantastic. Every time I see it, I love it. But in this case, this is my favorite of the year, I believe. Just a beautiful composition. I love the juxtaposition of Yoda with the other character behind him. It just really works. Number 27, we have Superman Red and Blue, number 5. It's the B variant. It came out on July 20th, 2021. It's an Arthur Adams cover. I love Arthur Adams. What I love about him is he always puts so much detail in his line work. He'll add all kinds of texture. And in this case, this just highlights how he does it. You see the claws, so many hashes that there's so much texture on the back of them. Superman's cape's full of that texture. Everything's full of this texture, and I just love the contrasting blue and red color. This cover to me is just pure joy. Number 26, we have Robin, number 4. It's the B variant. Came out on July 27th, 2021. It's a Francis Manapul cardstock cover. Now, this is a close-up of the character. Normally, I'm not the biggest fan of a close-up, but I like that it's from behind the character. So you have a fun shape of the shoulders and the hair coming down. You have the sword with the blood on it. You have the belt, and just the orange color just looks really striking to me. Everything about this cover is very beautiful. Number 25, we have Robin number 5, the B variant. Came out on August 24th, 2021. It's another Francis Manapul cardstock cover. Just like the previous one, I like just the simplicity of the colors. I love the black outfit with the black background. It's like the David Nakayama covers. It has that same feeling. This one, I think I like a bit more just because of the color combinations and just how the black and the white and the red works together. It looks really nice. Number 24, we have Carnage Black, White, and Blood, number 3, the B variant. This came out on May 5th, 2021. There's a Kevin Eastman cover, so we got the old school Turtles feel to it, kind of. I think it's just really fun. Just the red Carnage. This whole series is kind of fun with the red, with the black and white in the background. But I really like how Kevin Eastman drew this one. I like the textures of the buildings and the rocks and the stone. And I just like the way Carnage looks in the middle of the image. I do really enjoy this cover. Number 23, we have Deathstroke Inc. number 1, the C variant. Came out on September 20th, 2021. It's an Adam Hughes cardstock cover. I like the way he used color to kind of give it the yin-yang shape. You have the bottom, you have the purpley blue color, and then top background, you have the yellow. So you have a yin-yang shape that really creates a lot of tension and energy in the picture. And then you have the Black Canary in the middle. She's rendered really well. She looks beautiful. I love the composition of this cover. It works really well. He did a great job on this one. Number 22, we have Defenders number 1, the D variant. Came out on August 11th, 2021. It's another Peach Momoko cover. This one just feels like an old school surreal cover. I love all the swirls in the background. The watercolor just gives so much texture to the air. The ground looks awesome. Is that Silver Surfer or just like a, ethereal creature character with all the flowers in their head? I'm not 100% sure. The Defenders logo is just sitting on the ground on the bottom, so it works for me. I kind of wish they shadowed it in a little bit so it looked like it was actually on the ground itself. I think that would have worked even better. But this cover is really nice. I have so many Peach Momoko covers. I think she's one of my favorite artists of the year. Number 21, we have Woman of Marvel number 1. It's the C variant. Came out April 21st, 2021. It's another Peach Momoko cover. It's a beautiful cover. I love the pose of Scarlet Witch. I love the way her hair just flowing in like an artistic way. I love the energy coming out of her hands. And the composition of this cover just works for me. Fantastic cover. And I do like that in this one, they put the Woman of Marvel logo behind her hair. There's 2 or 3 other covers where they put the logo in front of the hair. It would have worked better. This is why I think I put this one higher up on the list, because our hair's in front of the logo. They should have done that with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and they should have done that with the cover with the magic. Number 20, the Joker number 5. It's the B variant. It came out on July 13th, 2021. It's a Kari Andrews cover. This cover is awesome. I love the composition of it. I love all the textures on the surfaces. You see the bars look kind of rusty and dirty. You have the concrete wall behind her. You see the Joker face scribbled in there with the ha-has and the number of days she's been in prison written on there. You see all the texture on her outfit and her face. You see her freckles. I love how the light hits her hair and just lights it up. This is just a really, really, really awesome cover. This is a cover that just beautifully painted out, and it looks fantastic. And again, I like that the Joker number 5 logo on the top left does not take away from the artwork. It's not like a big logo. It's just enough so that you can really enjoy all the beautiful artwork. Number 19, we have Star Wars The High Republic number 6. It's the 1 in 25 C variant. Came out on June 30th, 2021. It's a Peach Momoko artwork. Beautiful, beautiful artwork by Peach Momoko. I love the colors in the outfit, like the yellows and a little bit of blue texture. Even the white has a slight bit of blue and purple in it. And the thing is, when you work on watercolors, you can get such a beautiful dynamic range of texture and color, and it looks beautiful. And just all the little dots and things that she's writing on, this cover really works for me. And the Star Wars The High Republic, the logo fits the artwork. Like, it's, the colors kind of match in there. I'm assuming that she took the yellows from the logo and put them on her arms and like behind her tunic. Wow, awesome. It takes the breath out of me. Number 18, we have One Star Squadron number 1, the B variant. Came out on December 7th, 2021. It's a Steve Pugh cardstock cover. This cover is awesome. I feel like the scene of the building matches the mood of Red Tornado. You have the One Star Squadron building here, which is, it's like a storm at dusk, I guess. You have the cloudy sky, you have the rain, you have the blue from the sky reflecting on everything. It looks very dreary and kind of sad. And Red Tornado looks distraught at the door there. Wow, this cover, this is what a cover needs to be. Number 17, we have Infinite Frontier number 6. It's the 1 in 25 C variant. Came out on September 7th, 2021. It's a Puppeteer Lee artwork. I think it's just really awesome. He looks so menacing. You have Darkseid in a very dim lit place where you have a highlight of his shoulder and a little bit of his body and a little bit of his face, and then the rest of it's dark that fades in on the left. It's a bit of a yin-yang shape because you have the darker left side that wraps around his body, and then on the top right you have the brighter side. So compositionally it works really well. This is a fantastic cover. Number 16, we have Star Wars The High Republic number 11, the B variant. Came out on November 10th, 2021. It's another beautiful Peach Momoko cover. I really love the other Star Wars one, but I think this one just edges that one out a little teeny bit. They're both close. They're both amazing, beautiful covers. Again, I love all the colors. I love her face. I love just the way she's looking down. I love all the folds and textures in the outfit. This is a beautiful cover. I love it. I don't have either of those two yet. I need to get them. I need them in my life. Number 15, we have the United States of Captain America number 4. It's the 1 in 25 C variant. Came out on September 22nd, 2021. It's another awesome Peach Momoko cover. I love the colors, the red and the blue in the background that match the Captain America logo. You have the red and blue in her outfit. I love the way it's composed. Now, she's a little bit cropped off where you see her fingers are caught on the bottom right, but I think compositionally on this cover, it works because everything else is kind of balanced out and just things are flying away from her, so her hands are kind of flying out too. Awesome cover. Number 14, we have Pop Kill number 4, the B variant. Came out on February 13th, 2021. It's an awesome Adam Hughes cover. I think this one might have been a Kickstarter cover. I don't know if this is one you could buy in the comic shop. What I love about this is on the bottom right, you have the kid and his dog. They're just standing there looking at the wall mural, and the girl is beautifully rendered. She's got a gun in her hand and a pop soda with a hole in it with all the fizz coming out of it, and it's a brick wall. To me, this cover is just a lot of fun. Number 13, we have Black Panther #1. It was just exclusive to multiple shops. Came out in November 2021, and it's amazing David Nakayama cover. This cover just works so well for me. The way her face is painted is so detailed and so beautiful. I love the textures in her hair. I love her whole outfit. Everything, like all the metal parts have texture to it. The rest of the outfit looks super shiny. And what I really love is how they positioned the logo. That looks sort of like it's a light, and it's lighting her up. You see it on her full torso, you see it in her hair and her fur and on her legs. This cover just, it works so well for me. Everything is positioned well. It's fantastic. Number 12, we have Man-Eaters: The Curse #2, the main cover. Came out on August 18th, 2021. Cover art by Leah Martinique. This cover is creepy. Look how creepy the way the black circle looks is so creepy, and none of the circles, they're not circles, they're like more organic and different shaped. And then you have the rainbow colors coming out, and then you have I guess it's a little girl being sucked into it. It feels like a horror cover. To me, the fact that it just feels so creepy, but it's done so well, and the composition of it is just so striking. I just think this is a near perfect cover. Number 11, we have Ice Cream Man #25, the main cover. It came out on August 25th, 2021. It's a Martin Morazzo cover. I love the composition. We have the airplane, the engines are fire, so it's falling. You have just on the bottom left there, you have the horizon line. It's at an angle, so it creates a lot of energy and tension. I love that, you can tell it's dusk or nighttime because the city lights are up. You have the Ice Cream Man on the wing on the top right there, and he's having a fun time. He's like, wee, I'm destroying the plane, right? And so the way this cover is composed, it's telling a story. I feel like the Ice Cream Man did something to sabotage the plane to have it crash. And it tells a story. It's everything you want in a cover, I think, to really give it the tension, the story, the composition, everything about it. It's great. Number 10, we have Harley Quinn #1, the H variant. I believe this is a KRS Comics store exclusive. It came out on March 23, 2021. It's a Warren Lau cover. There was another version of this cover that was just Harley without the frame, but I think this version with the mirror frame with the Harley in front of it, this one works better for me. Harley is rendered so cute. She looks adorable in this picture. I love the composition of the picture. I think it's really well put together. Beautiful cover. This is one of those covers where I first saw the solicitations. I was just like, oh, I was blown away. I was like, oh, this cover is amazing. I didn't get it because it was expensive. It's still on my want list. I will own it eventually, but definitely one of my favorite covers this year. Number 9, we have DC Love is a Battlefield #1. It's the main cover. It came out on February 9th, 2021. It's a Kari Andrews cover. Wow, this cover is awesome. I love the action. They're all fighting. They're all friends though, right? The monster is Poison Ivy's friend. Poison Ivy is both their friends. Like, they're just having, they're fighting with each other, but like in a friendly way, I guess. I don't know. I love the composition of the cover. I love all the textures, the way it's painted, the way their faces look are funny and fun. To me, this cover is pure joy. I want every cover to bring as much joy as this cover brings to me. Number 8, we have Wonder Woman Black and Gold #6. It's the 1 in 25C variant. It came out on November 23rd, 2021. This is an amazing David Nakayama cover. This is probably my favorite cover he did this year. He just gets better and better with every cover, and I've been a fan of his for years. So as every cover comes out, I'm just like, wow. Like every time I see it, I get so excited. I still need to get this one though, because this one jumped in value a lot. This whole series, how they did the gold with the black and white, I think every cover is amazing, but this is definitely my favorite from the series. I just think all the textures and the composition, everything about this cover is awesome. Love this cover. Number 7, we have Arkham City, The Order of the World #1, the main cover. It came out October 5th, 2021 with a Sam Wolf Connolly cover. Wow, this cover is amazing. I love how you have the characters under the bridge in red. I don't know if it's villainy or people that are just down and out. And then above the bridge, you just have society going on where you have these people walking down the street. You have a kid with a balloon. They're in silhouette. Then you have the cityscape full of light, all kinds of colors and textures. When I first saw this cover, I was like, this is why I collect comic books. I love comics like this that just bring me pure joy. Number 6, we have God Killer Tomorrow's Ashes #1, the main cover. Came out on July 7th, 2021. It's a Nen cover. This cover is gorgeous. I love the textures. I love the gold highlights. I love everything about this cover. When I first saw it, I knew I had to have it, and I just think it's a beautiful cover. Number 5, we have Batman Fortnite Foundation #1. It's the B variant. It came out on October 26, 2021. It's an Alex Garner cardstock cover. I think this cover is just perfect compositionally. What you have the horizon at an angle. That there's a term for it, I forget the term, but it adds the tension to the cover where it gives it a uneasiness or a feeling that you know something's happening. It gives it action. You have the Foundation fighting Batman. You could tell that they're in an epic battle. Just even though they're frozen, you can feel the battle going on. Then in the background, you have this awesome Batman who laughs. He's glowing and he's laughing. And then on the top, you have just the light Batman Fortnite logo, so it doesn't block the artwork. You have the barcode on the bottom right, so it's not really blocking any of the image. This cover is just perfect. They need to make every cover as good as this cover, because this cover will sell a comic. Number 4, we have the Joker number 2B variant. Came out on April 13th, 2021. It's a Lee Bermejo cover. This cover is just, when I saw this cover with all the little Joker plushies and just how well it's painted and the overall composition, it's kind of a yin-yang shape. And just the overall composition of this cover, oh wow, this cover, I love this cover. This is one that I'd probably buy multiples. Over the years, if I see it for like $5, I'll probably pick it up every time I see it. I love this cover, it's so good. Number 3, Usagi Yojimbo Wonders Road number 5, the B variant. This came out on March 31st, 2021. It's another fantastic Peach Momoko cover. This one might be my favorite one of the year. Now, I've seen another version of this one where you have the logo like the other one's up top. But what I love about this one is where they decided to turn the logo sideways because he's laying on the ground. So it's really a sideways comic book, even though the top left and the Stan Sakai on the bottom make it feel like this is the upright. It's a sideways cover. I love sideways covers. We don't get those that often. I love the sky details. I love all the little textures and just the colors and the watercolor and the line work. Everything about this cover is just amazing. This is pure joy right here. If I could find comics that look like this, that brought me this much joy every day, I would be living the best life you could live, because this is amazing. Number 2, we have Iron Man number 12. It's the 10th anniversary Miles Morales B cover with Raza art. This cover is so cool. I think the way Miles looks with his leather jacket and his like energy neon lights on his chest, and then you have the DJ box, background black, and the Iron Man is like I guess a neon light or LED light, but it's highlighting his shoulders and his head. It's bringing light into the image, so the Iron Man is part of the image. This cover is freaking cool. Then my number 1 cover of the year is X-Men number 20, the B variant. Came out on May 26, 2021. It's Mike Del Mundo artwork. When I first saw this cover, I was like, wow, that's a beautiful cover. And then I looked at it, I was like, why is there all different characters on the floor? It didn't click with me. It took me a few seconds. I was a little bit slow on this one. I was like, wait a second. It's Mystique. She's changing her face, photocopying her face as different people and characters she knows. And this cover tells a story. It's a perfect yin-yang shape. If you look, Mystique, her body is one half. The pictures and the copier machine is the other half. This cover is just perfection to me, and as soon as I saw this cover, I rushed to the comic shop to get it. I don't do that often, but this is one that I need. I told my friend Sean, I was like, pick me up one, and I was like, no, I'm just going to have to go get it, because I knew I had to have this one. Wow.